Hello everybody and welcome back to Insurmountable, here at the top of a very tall mountain. And we've got to get down because just because you made it to the very top of a mountain does not mean you can just stay up there. You have to make it down safely as well. That might be easier said than done. We've lost our snowshoes, unfortunately. Or we lost our stone shoes, I should say, because we had issues with our tent. But it's going to be probably hopefully a fairly safe journey down, although it's going to cost us quite a bit of energy. I don't know how many places there'll be to kind of sleep on this side here, I'm not entirely sure. I could have gone to that shrine perhaps, but that felt a little bit out of the way. There's a cave over there. If I was going to go over to that cave, that would be too long a wait really, I would say. Are there any other locations nearby? There's this over here. That would get us most of the way there. I'm intrigued to see what's actually over here in general. So let's head down there and just see if we can collect any more useful things on the way past. It's a little bit out of the way from where we're going, but we could get some useful things to go forward. We still have our tent, so that should still work pretty well. If we do need to sleep out in the open, if we can't sleep. There's a cave there. That might be a better cave, but it's probably a little bit too far away for today's visit, I should say. Let's go that way because it's arguably a lot safer. We do need to watch our energy levels. They are getting quite low. So at some point we will stop and sleep. I think we're leaving the death zone soon, which is good. You're standing at the entrance to a glacial cave. The light that finds its way through the thick ice makes the walls glow a deep, invigorating blue. We get some sanity back. Wonderful. Nothing else, but we get some sanity. Hopefully we don't encounter an event here, but we're going to go across and see what we can find here. A crevasse splits the ground in front of you, blocking your way. You risk a glance downwards and notice an old backpack hanging from a ledge. You try to climb down and grab it. Ooh, let's give that a go. It's well out of reach. We're not going to be able to continue on. We don't have the energy to do so. It's turning night time and our energy is getting very low indeed. I think we have to sleep out in the open. Although we do have a tent, so we can use that tent. I'm actually going to camp here because if I go across that area there with the potential warning and the potential bad events, then with no energy, then we could be in for some real issues. So I'm going to sleep now, and that way we've got some energy to play with should we encounter any problems tomorrow. I think that's the better option. We'll keep heading that way. Oh, that's a treacherous journey. I don't really see another way round, unfortunately. All these paths are treacherous, we're just going to have to deal with it, hopefully have no major issues. But we may well do. We might... Okay, yeah, here we go. As you pick your way across some boulders on the edge of a precipice, you notice an indigenous man below you waving his arms frantically. He's telling you to hurry, many of the rocks are loose and in danger of plummeting. Ooh, he's telling us to hurry. But if we go quickly, we're going to have some issues. If we move carefully, we might be safer. But I'm gonna trust the indigenous man. Ooh. You quickly hop from rock to rock to escape the danger zone. You suddenly hear a crash behind you. You glance over your shoulder to discover that a chunk of rock has plummeted from a height and smashed into the ground mere feet from where the stranger is standing. That was indeed very close. We made it without too many issues there. This first mountain hasn't been too bad, but I imagine it's only going to change as time goes on. There's a cave over there we could go for, but again, not particularly safe. Not a particularly safe descent, in all honesty. We might be safer going down this way as an alternative, to be honest. It doesn't get us to any caves or anything, but it does get us to our exit point, at least fairly soon. It's a little bit of a roundabout route, but it's probably the safest way to do so. We'll speed up time just while we're moving along, I think. There we go. We can do that fairly safely. I might like to go see what's over there if it's a relatively safe way to get there. I don't particularly want to sleep. I might make for this shrine, as that might be the best way to recover some of our lost energy. But we're also in a storm now, so we're going to use even more energy. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I think we can go up here because we might encounter something good here from the meeting, and then that shrine should also give us something useful. Hopefully the energy we need to keep going because we are pretty low on it. As you walk past a massive crevasse, you hear a faint cries for help. Looking into the depths, you identify an unfortunate mountaineer at the bottom of the chasm. We're going to try to climb down to save him. Gratefully, you climb down. Carefully, you climb down the crevasse. Shortly before reaching the bottom, you slip and land next to the unfortunate mountaineer. With great effort, you manage to save the mountaineer. His gratitude is beyond words. We are now out of energy. When a stat other than health reaches 0, your status is critical. Your path preview turns red for once any of your stats reaches critical level. If you continue to move this condition, you'll face dangerous critical events. Careful, if your health reaches 0, your run is indeed over. I think we have some food here. I don't really want to use it, but we're going to give us the energy we need to keep going, otherwise we're going to have some real issues. Hopefully this shrine up here can provide us a little bit of salvation. Okay, it's the eagle event as well. We don't really need warmth or sanity. I'll take the warmth. That's okay. Oh dear. This descent has been a little bit more tricky than I had initially anticipated. We'll probably sleep and then walk through the night, I would think. Okay, we're going to have to encounter some events, I think. That's just a certainty, unfortunately. And hopefully we can deal with them. Okay, up here. Still a long way to go. I thought we were nearly there. Oh, the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I would love to see the Northern Lights in real life. Okay, we are definitely not going down that way, goodness me. Yeah, I'd really love to see the Northern Lights. It's one of my kind of things I'd really love to do. Oh, I'm a little concerned about energy levels, so I think we will sleep and work and move through the night. That's going to be a big climb down. Hopefully it'll be okay. Let's take the risk. And we'll probably camp right where we are for the night. And this is a cave very close by. Is there a cave close by? Not particularly. Oh, yeah. I probably haven't plotted the best route here, to be honest. Well, there's something down here. What's down here? That looks like a cave, but our energy levels are not gonna. Our energies, we're not gonna make it there. That's the problem. We've got 10 energy. If I use climbing rope, would that be enough? That's already 8 just to get down there. Let me try use some of this grappling rope. Climbing rope, I should say. Because that reduces everything by 40%. I'd love to make it to the cave. No, we're not going to make it there, unfortunately. We're going to be so close to the cave, but not quite close enough. I don't know if we want to take the risk and save the tent. Oh boy, this might be a mistake. You feel weak and exhausted, you doubt whether you continue walking. We continue walking for once more. Okay, we've lost some health, and we get an injured head. So 30% less experience. Make it to the cave. It's dry and sheltered from the wind. I lie down and sleep. Goodness me. I should hopefully... Is that going to get our health back? I'm not entirely sure. We are now starting to take a bit of hits. We're now starting to have a bit of issue with our health, so we do need to be a little bit careful. Still stormy today. Where are we trying to get to? I don't know if it... Problem is, I don't know if things reset once you get to a new... Once you get to that point. I'm stuck in this cave. Just go this way so I might be able to move the camera a little bit. I don't even know where I am. Oh, there we go. Oh, this might have been a mistake. I don't know which way I came from. Let's see if I can see the beacon at all. I think that's just the Northern Lights, but we'll have to see. This might have been a little bit of a mistake. I think we came down from there, though. I'm going to climb up, just hope to give myself a little bit more visibility. We're back in the death zone. We need to go that way, right. I don't mind being in the death zone necessarily, at least temporarily. But our energy and our health is starting to take a knackering. The oxygen and the warmth is not a problem. You encounter a slope filled with rubble. Even your very first step on it sets off a mini landslide. We're going to try to find a different path. A safer path, hopefully. Okay. There's an event up there, but it's going to, again, hack our energy. Oh, this is not going great. Okay, we can't... Problem is, this is all rather rocky terrain. Okay, we should be able to make it over there, but we're going to have to deal with these events, which I'm not thrilled about. As long as we don't have any major issues with events, hopefully we'll be okay. But I'm sure we're going to encounter at least one. There we go, falling rocks. You're crawling up a slope on all fours. When you feel a trembling beneath you, a boulder the size of a wagon wheel is falling straight towards you. Oh, that's a problem. I don't move, we don't have the energy. We lose a little bit more health. Your tortoise is killing you, be able to pick yourself up and keep going. Oh boy. Oh, St. Bernard, hello. Hello, dog. Search the bag. What do we find inside? A warm cap that gives us temperature. I'm going to get rid of some of these torches. I don't think we particularly need them at the moment. We don't need the oxygen mask. We're pretty much out of the death zone by now, so I'm going to wear the warm cap. And I'll take the tea, but really, I don't think we need it at the moment. Hiking stuff might be useful in future. Because I don't think we need the torch at the moment. But getting, being able to have slightly less energy usage would be useful, especially given how many issues we're having. Okay. Preserve energy 2. Explore the mountain, or one more push. I think we're going to go for preserve energy, given how many issues we're having at the moment. So it reduces energy cost. Is there a safe way to get up? Oh, there's a cave here. Excellent. We'll spend the night in that cave. Although we're now kind of in a weird time scale where we are now sleeping during the day and then in the night we're actually moving. We return to the cave entrance and we're going to sleep. Absolutely. Because we need our energy back. Most definitely. But it's a sunny day, so... Well, it's a clear day at least, so it shouldn't be too bad to keep moving even during the night time. Although, of course, it's a little bit less in terms of light that we can see. But we've nearly made it. But at a cost to our health, that's for sure. Okay, we find a shrine. Steps have been hewn into the stone into a pedestal of sorts. Do we want health or do we want energy? I'm actually going to take the health because I'm a little bit concerned that we're a little bit low on it at the moment. Can we go a safer route at all? No, it's not. There really isn't. There isn't really a safer route. So we're just gonna have to go that way and hope for the best. We find a canyon, and notice the rope has been stretched across it. We've done that, and can you risk using it? I'm going to take the detour for a cost of heat. That's all body temperature. That's not a huge cost for me. But being safe and not dying, that is important. You stumble over the corpus of a dead deer with no signs of decay. The animal only died recently. The remains of chewed herbs cling to its snout. Its last meal, probably still undigested. You cut open the animal's stomach to get the herbs. We'll give it a go. The corpse is still warm as you place your knife over its underbelly on long, fine cut. Blood gushes out of the wound and pulls of your hands. You go dizzy and you start to feel nauseous. You found some undigested herbs. That probably wasn't worth it, but that's okay. We'll take some more herbs. I don't think we need as much tea as we've got. And I'm going to... what else can I get rid of? You know what? That's fine. We'll just take the one herb. And we'll have to lose some tea as well. But there's also something down here I'm intrigued by. So let's see what we can find here. Ah, a trade. Beneath the rocky outcrop, a woman sits by a small fire warming her hands. Her face is painted with artful sweeping lines and circles, presumably an indigenous. When she notices you, she waves at you and starts to gesticulate before pulling something out of her pack. After a moment, you understand that she wants to trade with you. She wants a flask of tea, and you can choose something in return. I could get a tent. I could get a moon herb. I could get some gloves. Oh, I don't want to trade. I want your gloves. Fur gloves. We already have fur gloves. I probably don't need two. Are these any different at all? No, they're not. Okay, that's fine. We gave a lady some tea. Oh, this is a not very safe way to go at all, is it? Lots of events. Well, I don't see what real other option we have. Unless we go around. There's arguably less issues there. I know it's a bit of a longer route, but it's arguably the safer route, and we had a bit of issues on our way down here. Okay, now that's a little bit safer. I'm happier with that. And we should be able to make it to our base camp, hopefully without too much incident. Well, crikey, that's been a tough one. The end or the beginning. A steep cliff rises in front of you. Can you find a place to rest here? A narrow canyon runs alongside the middle of the crack, then turns off to the side and your heart starts racing. A steel door is blocking your way. You approach the door, intending to examine it. Suddenly you hear grinding and squeaking. Shocked, you take a step back as the door opens. Glaring light pours out and you hear the shrill sound of a siren. As if in a trance, you walk towards the light. Carefully placing one foot in front of the other, the world begins to swirl around you, faster and faster. You feel dizzy. The siren is now louder and higher. You stumble, try to grab onto something, anything, but there's nothing there, and you fall forever. But we made it. Wild mountain peaks towers into the heavens. For many years the island was cut off from the outside world, but now the time has come to explore the mountain range and fill in the blank spots on the map. So, we get a bunch of mission rewards, we get some good amount of experience. We used 3 items, we had quite a lot of equipment, we had a lot of unused consumables, we had 20 hours in walking at night, 20 hours in the death zone, 29 hours in bad weather. I feel like we had a lot of them. 20 hours climbed at night, 30 hours climbed to the death zone, 38 hours of bad weather. We crossed a lot of dangerous terrain and we experienced a lot of events. So something has increased. Wonderful. So we get extra capacity. Wonderful. And we unlocked a climbing axe, a hiking staff and a flashlight. And we just get some more points as well. Wonderful. Well, we made it out, but that was a tough one. And here we are, back at base camp. Your eyes snap open. Where are you? What happened? You try to remember. This was the gate you walked through. Confused? Don't worry. That's normal if you're fully conscious when you go through the time loop. Must have something to do with the radiation. Time loop? Radiation? What's this person talking about, and who is she? Could you be hallucinating? You spot the glowing green amulet lying on the table in front of you. You're sure you've seen that stone before. Suddenly it all comes flooding back. The silent young woman who rescued you when you nearly fell into a fissure. Why didn't she tell you all of this earlier? Would you have believed me? Not at all, right? I need you to come with me. It's important for you to see it with your own eyes, and to actually experience it for yourself. I know how insane this all seems, so first things first. We're in a time loop and we're stuck on this island. But I have an idea how we might be able to escape. I just need to perform some calculations first. I've already thought of a way you can help. As soon as you feel recovered, you should go out and try to find some information for me. Getting out there will also help you improve your skills and become more experienced. Take my amulet. Not only is it the hope for reversing the time loop, but it will transport you back to the station when time gets reset. The first thing to do is to explore the area and familiarise yourself with the stone's power. I know I'm asking quite a lot, but there is no other way. You'll have to trust me. Goodness me. So we're currently the adventurer. There's also a scientist and a journalist. Interesting. We have 200 upgrade points for adventurer. What can we upgrade? We can upgrade active skill. So the sprint, so 35% reduce cost on all terrain, all time cost, 2 potential when moving, but it does have a cooldown. But I think I will unlock it if it's a useful thing to be doing. I suppose I could have got something else, but I'm not gonna. I've already spent it now, so never mind. There's also proficiency. Goodness me, there's a lot more than I thought. Team upgrades. Oh, I see. So this helps us all. Presumably me and the others as well. This is our inventory. We can take some canned food, some oxygen bottles, moon herbs, tents. Wonderful. This is really cool. Kind of seeing the base. We will. No, I don't. Hang on. I don't even know what mission I'm going on. This is the problem. Okay, let's take a tent. We'll take some energy, some tea. Ah, I see. This problem is this costs capacity to carry. So I'm going to put this back. Safety rope feels quite useful actually. I'm going to take one of those. We'll probably find quite a lot en route. I do think I want to take a tent with me. And I want to take some food with me. I think. Hang on, I don't know if we can actually go have a look at missions. Wow. We've just done the very beginning. So, scientist on mission. So there's a lot of side missions. We've managed the first mountain. There's a whole bunch of side missions, but for that we need to do 3 side missions in Mountain 1 yet. To at least attempt Mountain 2. And then Mountain 3 as well. Goodness me. This is cool. So we can go for a scientist on a mission. We can go for scale the summit and reach the goal with an extremely steep rise. There's some more other mountains. So to find some temporal anomalies. Investigative journalism, that might be quite useful. But it's cold. What about the scientist? Increased time cost for moving. But there's nice weather. I'm gonna pack that in, as it were. But before I do that, let me get some inventory management done. So normal weather, but increased time cost. Right. I'm going to take a 10 because I think we're going to need it. I'm going to take 1 oxygen bottle because I don't know if we're going to need it, and I don't know if we're going to find it en route. And the rest... Oh, I'm going to take some food as well. And I'm going to lock in the scientist on the mission. Do we not have anything that we can take with us in terms of actual equipment on us? I see, we could, but that requires us to use inventory space or capacity to carry weight. That's fine. I'm hoping we'll find stuff en route. A scientist on a mission. Let's see what we need to find here. There's a mysterious woman tells you about another mountaineer wandering around the mountain. He probably walked straight into the time loop just as cluelessly as you did. There's some information that indicates he might be a scientist. You want to find out more and convince the stranger to come with you. He could be quite useful in helping to find a way out of the time loop. And here we are. We've got to reach the summit up there. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Can I just walk there? I could, but that would take out a lot of our... that would take out pretty much all our stats. What about like halfway there? Doesn't seem like a particularly long trip, at least initially, but of course we can't actually see much further on. Interesting. A lot of things that I didn't expect. A lot of things that I still have yet to learn. But I think we'll leave it there as we've finally managed to make it down the mountain. But we've got a lot of side missions to do. And we're going to go for Mountain 2 and Mountain 3 and help this stranger escape the time loop. But for the time being, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.